Hi, I'm Leslie. I'm the cool grandma. I got the t-shirt to prove it. And this is my first video. And so I'm just gonna do a get ready with me and talk to y'all, and my page is gonna be mostly just vlogging. Might have some makeup in there, might have some cooking in there, might have some crafting in there. You never know, because I'm just kind of like all over the place. In my bio, if you read it, it explains why I want to do this. Everybody keeps asking me, why do you want to have a YouTube page? You're old. Well, yeah, okay. So I'm 58. Doesn't bother me. The alternative is I wouldn't be here, And I think age is just a number. I don't feel 58. I don't think I necessarily look 58, although my grandkids probably argue with that, as well as my children. But I've been through a lot of stuff in my life. 58 years of a lot. And my thing is that, hopefully I'll be able to help somebody. And that's my goal. I have a WordPress blog, and I talk about a lot of things there, mostly one of my children. And, I've had people say that they were grateful to hear my experiences. I am by far an expert on anything, but I know about a lot of things. And just to give you a little bit of information about me is I'm married. Been married to a wonderful guy for 10 years. My first husband passed away. I have 3 children. My oldest is 36 this week. Yeah, he's 36 this week. He's a fireman. And I had twins. I've also had a miscarriage between them. But I had twins, a boy and a girl. They are 33. I say they. My son of my twins has since passed away. He was 29 when he passed away. And Rudy is a huge part of what I talk about. Rudy had Down syndrome. And he was awesome. Just the most awesome human being ever. And occasionally I might tear up because I miss my son. But I belong to a lot of different groups. I belong to a Down syndrome bereavement group. I belong to multiples with Down syndrome group. I belong to Moms Over 40 Down syndrome group. A lot of them. And I try to help where I can with people who are on these groups from my experiences with my child. I work. I have a great job. I've been there for 8 years. I have a lot of incredible people in my life. People that are, as I said, friends that are family and family that are friends. And I would not be where I am today without them or without my faith. I've had a couple of years that were horrific, The year that I lost my first husband, I lost one of the closest people I had in my life. Lost my dog, lost my house, lost my car. I am from Texas, so I really think that would have made a really good country western song. Just saying. The year that I lost my son was in 2015. Horrible year. A few months before Rudy passed away, the summer before, I was in the hospital for 3 months with stomach surgeries which I've had several of because of my twins, because I got hernias, and they just increased and increased and increased. And my weight was part of the issue on that. I've had weight loss surgery. I've had multiple strangulations of my intestines. I've had just all sorts of stuff. I've also, this last year, broke my leg in 3 places with a dog versus porch situation. Had 2 different surgeries on that, and still am recovering from that pretty much. I was a smoker for most of my life, and in 2010, 2009, when my husband and I got married, I had to have the second of a major stomach surgery, 2 of them actually, and my stomach would not close, and I had to go to plastic surgeon to get my hole closed, and she said she wouldn't do it unless I quit smoking. I'm like, what the heck? So, as much as I didn't want to, I took some Chantix. I quit in 10 days, and I had my stomach fixed. And we were living up in Kansas and came back down to Texas because I wanted to be closer to my children. Which I'm in Amarillo, Texas, which is the Panhandle. And started smoking again because we moved in with some family and they smoked and I started smoking, and I'm like, I can't do this. I have breathing issues, and which is a whole nother story. But I said, I can't do this. So I took Chantix again, stopped, was good. Didn't smoke for 5 years. Then my son died, and I started drinking, and one thing led to another, and I started smoking again. Well, in the 4 years since Rudy passed away, I have tried every year to quit smoking again because I know it's not good for me. I want to be around for my grandkids, and it just wasn't any fun anymore. So I have tried for the last 4 years to quit smoking, and I finally did. April 22nd was my last cigarette. But, I can't do anything good, normal, whatever. I have gained almost 20 pounds since April. And so now I'm on that journey to get back down, because I was under 200 pounds when Rudy passed away, and I am now at 244. I am not ashamed to say that. It is what it is, and I'm working on it. If y'all have any tips and tricks or whatever, I'm going to the doctors, and I'm trying to be on a healthier journey. So I drink lots of water, and I'm trying to eat better and do the right thing. But I have quit smoking, so it's a trade-off, and that's okay. Anyway, this is going to be all over the place, and it's not filtered. I have no idea how to do any of that stuff. So until I learn all that other stuff, y'all just have to put up with my crappiness. So anyway, I've already put on my primer and all that stuff. I don't normally use base, but for this video I am going to, and it's a LA Colors Truly Matte. I tend to have a lot of color to my face anyway, and also I don't like showing off all my fine lines, and I think that when I put base on it accentuates them. But like I said, for this video I'm going to do it. I used to do hair and makeup many years ago when my kids were little. It's how I used to supplement my income because we were pretty poor, and I was on public assistance, and I just did not ever feel. That's when they give you food stamps in like dollar looking things, and got a check, whatever, and I never was comfortable using any of that money for anything other than my kids, and to make sure that they were fed and clothed and whatever. So, yeah, that's that. So anyway, I was a smoker back then, and occasionally liked going out with my girlfriends and having a beer. So the only way I felt comfortable doing that was if I had made money on the side. So that's what I did, is I did people's hair I lived in deep South Texas, outside of Harlingen, Texas, which is, you have to go through Harlingen to get to Brownsville. Anyway, I would do hair and makeup for quinceañeras and just people that wanted haircuts or whatever. Yeah, and was pretty popular. Never had a license, never had any formal education. Just grew up watching my mama do it, and always had an enjoyment of that. So that's what I did. I did all that, and I was really good. And everybody talks about contouring and highlighting and all that stuff. Well, hate to tell you, I used to do that back in the day. I've always done contour and highlighting, and so it's funny to me that people talk about it like it's a new thing, which it's really not. Oh, this is a Maybelline, New York, and it is a number 5 ivory, because I like this to look like, I wear glasses, so I like it to not be reflective in my glasses. So I will set this in a bit. Okay, so I'm not a real big powder person because, again, I think it increases my lines, or accentuates my lines. So I don't do that. I have nothing against anybody that does do that. I just don't do it. So I'm gonna do my eyes first, my eyebrows first. Where did I put my pencil? Sorry about that, guys. No, I can't find my... Oh, there it is. Okay. So anyway, what I want is for... This is some of my stuff is so old I don't even know what it is. So I apologize if I can't tell you. What I want is... What I would like is for y'all to tell me what you want me to talk about. I can talk about loss and getting through it. I can talk about the loss of a child and getting through it. I can talk about faith and how my faith guides my life. Oops. I'm not doing very good here, people. I think I'm kind of funny sometimes. I make myself laugh anyway. So if you just want a light-hearted conversation, let me know that. See, do I have twins or do I just have sisters? I just have sisters, so that's okay. You want to talk about weight loss, you want to talk about surgeries, in particular mesh surgeries, or really yucky stuff like that, I'm down. I got the t-shirt, so because I've had probably 15 to 20 stomach surgeries. So when I say I know what I'm talking about on that, I do. I do. Um, I don't wish it on anybody. I highly recommend the gastric surgery. I think it's an awesome, life-saving thing. It was for me. I had pulmonary edema. I had congestive heart failure. I was almost 400 pounds when I had it. My first gastric bypass, sleeve. I had the sleeve done. The first one I had. Unfortunately, my doctor turned out to be a quack, and all of us that had him do our weight loss surgery all had to have it redone. And that's when I had to have mine redone. I was already in another bad place with, by the way, I'm using Too Faced chocolate bar. Anyway, I was in a really bad place physically when I had mine done. He was trying to wait to get approval from my insurance to do the switch, which I ended up having to have emergency surgery because, again, my intestines were strangled. This is an extremely dangerous situation. Extremely. It can cause death. It can cause severe issues all around. All the way around. And so I ended up going in emergency and basically had to have my whole inner cavity of my stomach replaced. I mean, not replaced, repaired. Sorry. All my muscles had fallen to my back. And he had to remove, for the third time in my life, had to remove 12 inches of intestine. And he had to put a natural mesh in my stomach. It was just a mess, and I ended up having like 5 or 6 surgeries during the 3 months I was in the hospital because of necrosis and all sorts of stuff. I was on a wound vac and whatever. It was just not a fun time. It was the only time in my life that I honestly entertained any bad, I don't want to be here thoughts. I mean, I never would do that. But I definitely was in that place. Definitely. So I don't even know where I was with that. And I do that a lot too. Okay? Not just my age, I've always been that, like, airheady. I think some days I should have been, no offense to any blondes or anything, but, the phrase is I should have been born a blonde. I think it's the mix of the red-headed mama and the black-haired dad that give me the weirdness, just two colors that shouldn't mix too well. So anyway, back to, like I said, I have a lot of things I can talk about, a lot of things that, if you just need to vent, I'm really good listener, really, really good listener. And I have some really good listeners in my life. They have been known to bring me a bottle of wine and just sit and let me cry. So there's those days that you just want to do that. That you just can't understand what's happened, even with me, death is a funny thing. I lost my mother when I was only 18, right in smack dab in the middle of my senior year. Smack dab. I mean, like I had just come back from Christmas break. And she passed away. We knew she was going to pass away. She had cancer. I hadn't seen her for 2 weeks because I lived with my dad and she was in the hospital and blah, 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 whatever. But I had horrific guilt about that for many, many years. And I finally came to the realization that I did what she wanted. She did not want us to come and see her if she was in a coma, which she was for the last 2 weeks of her life. And so I honored her wishes. You know, another thing that she did was she did not have a service. She didn't want us to remember her in a coma. She didn't want us to, I hate to say mourn her, but she wanted us to remember her with love, like we wouldn't have anyway. Yeah, but so her wishes were for us to go eat Mexican food. We did and cried through the whole thing. But she donated her body to science. So, you know, a couple of things I got out of that is I would never do that to my children. Never, ever, ever. It's a horrible thing to do to anybody that you love, is to not have a service. The service is not for the dead person. It's for the living. It's for us to say goodbye to those people that we love, to put a finalization on it, if you will. For years, I thought my mom was still alive because I didn't see her, and I didn't know anybody else had seen her. Actually passed away. And I just actually recently found out, I mean in like the last 5-10 years, found out that my brother and sister had actually seen her. But that's a horrible thing to do to your children. Horrible. You know, so don't do it. Please, don't do it. Get cremated, do whatever you want, but let them have a service. Okay? They need it for themselves. Again, I don't know where I was going with that, but there you go. So anyway, there's lots of things, lots and lots of things I can talk about, you know. So whatever you want. I mean, I'll pick stuff myself, whatever's going on in my life at the time or however I'm feeling, until I get followers and I get people that want to talk. You know, I'll talk about what I want. Okay? And just know that I am doing this out of love. I want to open my circle. I want to be here for people that need somebody, that feel like they don't have anybody. I am here. I will be here. You know, I will talk to you. I will do what I can to help you. You know, I don't have money, I don't have resources, or, you know, resources and as in sending you stuff, whatever. I do have resources that I can guide you to, you know, so that's sometimes the best thing, you know. I can talk to you about how I have been working and will continue to work through my grief. My son's loss is the biggest thing that has ever happened in my life. You never get over it. You know, I don't have, my mom's pictures aren't up because I can't bear seeing her pictures unless I need it. If I need it, they show up. You know, my son's pictures are everywhere. It's just a difference in how I feel about it. Because I want to celebrate Rudy every moment I can. You know, he was awesome. He was an awesome kid. So anyway, that's me. I do love doing makeup. I love cooking. I do a lot of Mexican dishes, like mole and tamales, and I've got a cheese ball I make that everybody raves about. It's a jalapeno popper cheese ball. So if y'all want to know about that, sorry I keep covering myself with the mirror. Also, I'm just learning how to put on false eyelashes. all the girls in my family have all been blessed with thick, long eyelashes. But, you know, as you get older, it's one of those things that kind of thins out a little bit. I still have beautiful long eyelashes. They're just not as thick as they used to be. So I've decided that my eyes watering, sorry. I've decided I wanted to try to learn how to put them on. My first several attempts have been pretty piss poor. That is something I wanted to talk about, is that, you know, I've been kind of binging on YouTube and to see how I wanted to do my channel. And there's some people I just absolutely adore, like Raw Beauty Christie and Peter Mon, and I like some of the drama channels like Rich Lux and Rick Snyder. You know, there's just so many channels I really, really enjoy. And, you know, other people might not like him, but I don't care. I do. So that's just kind of how I am. I don't go by how other people perceive things. I will try anything once, and if I don't like it, I won't do it again. And that doesn't matter what it is. It's food or whatever. Okay, this is a LA Colors Volume Lash. We'll see how this works. I don't think I've used it before. And it's really dry, so we will have to chunk that and get another one. Let me see what else I got in here. Okay. This is a Avon Super Extend Extreme. And I know this one works because I just used it. But anyway, so I will be happy to do food, makeup, crafts. I love crafting. I'll probably have my grandkids on here. I've got 8 gorgeous little girls, ranging, not little anymore, but they range in age from 16 down to almost 17 in about 3 weeks, and 4 in about a month. So, and they are the light of my life. They have been instrumental in getting me through stuff. Because they've always just been there, you know. They've been there. And they keep me distracted from when I have bad days. Yes, I'm using a Q-tip, and yes, I just spit on it. Sorry. I'm old, and that's what we've always done. There's no better cleaner in the world than your mama's spit, you know? I know, that sounds stupid, right? It sounds kind of gross, but yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. So yeah. Okay. Got just put on my blush, and I am done. Done. Actually, my base doesn't look too bad considering I don't usually use it. This is Park Avenue Princess, which doesn't even have a color on it. So a lot of this stuff I have gotten through my Ipsy bags, or I've picked up at the drugstore, whatever, you know, because I'm po. So, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know, you can make the best out of a situation. just like my blush. Okay, my blush, I can't even tell you who made it. I can't tell you what color it is because I buy a blush, I crush it up, and I mix it with the rest of it. So, there you go. That's my blush. It just seems to always work out okay. Yeah. So, my granddaughters are kind of excited that Grandma's doing this because we get to play with makeup more. I've always been that grandma that they can come and play makeup and do nails and hair and, you know, whatever. And, yeah, that's me. So I'm going to do a little highlighter, and again, this is it's called Moon Dust, and I have no idea who makes it. Seattle, London, I think. It was another sample, but I really do like this highlight. I think it does pretty good. And put on some lipsticky, and I'm done. Okay, so I kind of screwed that up a little bit, but oh well, you know, it's good for my husband, and that's what I did it for. Okay, so I'm gonna set this real quick with some. It's got SPF 30, which is awesome, and it is made by Cola, and you gotta shake it. Smells kind of antiseptic-y, which I don't really enjoy, and I might not use it very often, but you know, it's something I just got, so I thought I'd try it. Okay, so there it is, old lady makeup, you know. So and I can't put my glasses on because then you'll have all this glare. So anyway, y'all let me know what you want to talk about. One of the things I'm going to try really hard not to do is cuss too much in my videos, because I notice that's something that happens all the time, is there's a lot of cussing. Not that I am a sweet little girl and I never say bad words, because I do. I try really hard to substitute with Jiminy Cricket, Shiznite, fudge buckets, you know, things like that, but doesn't always work. So I am not swearing to you I will never say a bad word. I am promising you I will do my best not to cuss, because that's one of the things I really have not enjoyed about some of the channels that I love, but they cuss all the time, and I'm like, you know, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. They're obviously extremely intelligent people, and I'm not going to say which ones or anything, but I don't see the need for all the cussing. I mean, you know, I am going to say shit sometimes. Okay, I'm going to. It's just, it is what it is. But I'm going to try really hard not to, because, you know, there's younger people that are obsessed with YouTube. And I think, you know, I was talking to somebody about this the other day, and they were like, well, they're targeting a younger crowd and stuff. And that's all well and good, but if you're targeting a younger crowd, shouldn't you be a role model? I mean, I'm just saying. I personally do not like it when I'm out and about and at a restaurant or something, and there's a group of young kids that come in and every other word is the F word out of their mouth, or being disrespectful to, you know, their servers or other people or whatever. I feel like we are supposed to be role models for them. And so I'm going to try my best. Not that any young people are going to want to watch me anyway, but you know, I've got my granddaughters and her friends. So, you know, whatever. But I just feel like I need to put across a good example. And so that's what I'm going to try to do. Like I said, I am not perfect. So I will occasionally slip. But I'm going to try not to. I mean, I'm intelligent. I don't need to use cuss words as a descriptive. You know, it's just not necessary. So that's me. Like me or leave me, it's fine. Please leave a comment down below. I would love it if you would subscribe to my page. And I love you all, truly from my heart. I am a humanist, and I always will be. And, you know, talk to you later. Bye.